Good morning, children. How are you? I hope all students are fine. Our topic is agriculture. What is agriculture? Agriculture is an art and science of cultivation of different kinds of crops and grains. Today, you are going to learn about food crops other than grains. First one, sugarcane. Sugarcane is a tropical as well as subtropical crop. What are the geographical requirements or climatic conditions required for the growth of sugarcane? It grows well in hot and humid climate, and it requires temperature of 21 degree Celsius to 27 degree Celsius and rainfall between 75 centimeter and 100 centimeter. Irrigation is required in the regions of low rainfall. It can be grown on a variety of soils and needs manual labor from sowing to harvesting. India is the second largest producer of sugarcane only after Brazil. It is the main source of sugar, jaggery, khandasari and molasses. The major sugarcane producing states are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Bihar, Punjab and Haryana. Next one is oil seeds. India is the largest producer of oil seeds in the world. In our textbook is saying that India is the second largest producer of groundnut in the world after China. But now India's rank is fourth in the production of oil seeds. Different oil seeds are grown covering approximately 12% of the total cropped areas of the country. Main oil seeds produced in India are groundnut, mustard, coconut, sesame, soya bean, castor seeds, cotton seeds, linseed and sunflower. What are the uses of oil seeds? First one, most of the oil seeds are edible and used as cooking medium. Second one, some of the oil seeds are used as raw material in the production of soap, cosmetic and ointments. Groundnut, for example, groundnut is a kharif crop and accounts for about half of the major oil seeds produced in our country. Gujarat was the largest producer of groundnut, followed by Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Sesame is a kharif crop in north and a rabi crop in the South India. Castor seed is grown both as rabi and kharif crops. Next one is tea. Tea is an important beverage crop introduced in India by the British. It is an example of the plantation agriculture. Today, most of the tea plantations are owned by Indians. The tea plant grows well in tropical and subtropical climate, endowed with a deep and fertile when drained soil, rich in humus and organic matter. And what are the geographical conditions or climatic conditions required for the growth of tea? First one, tea bushes require warm and moist frost-free climate all through the year. Second one, frequent showers evenly distributed over the year ensure continuous growth of tender leaves. Tea is a labor-intensive industry. It requires abundant, cheap and skilled labor. Major tea producing states are Assam, hills of Darjeeling and Jalpaiguri districts of West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Apart from these, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh and Tripura are also tea producing states in our country. In 2008, India was the third largest producer of tea after China and Turkey. This shows the tea plantation. This picture shows the tea plantation in Munnar. Next is coffee. India produces about 4% of the world's coffee production. Arabica variety initially brought from Yemen is produced in the country. This variety is in great demand all over the world. Initially, its cultivation was introduced on the Baba Budan Hills, and even today its cultivation is confined to the Nilgiri in Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Kerala also give importance to the cultivation of coffee in India. Next topic is horticulture. What is horticulture? Horticulture is the cultivation of fruits, vegetables, flowers, etc. In 2008, India was the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world after China. India is a producer of tropical as well as temperate fruits. Mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. Oranges of Nagpur and Cherrapunji in Meghalaya. Bananas of Kerala, Mizoram, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Lychee and guava of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Pineapples of Meghalaya. Grapes of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Maharashtra. Apples, pears, apricots and walnuts of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh are in great demand the world over. India produced a variety of flowers, fruits, vegetables, etc. And these India's fruits, vegetables and flowers have great demand all over the world. Non-food crops, rubber. It is an equatorial crop grown in tropical and subtropical area. What are the geographical condition or a climatic condition required for the growth of rubber? It requires moist and humid climate with a rainfall of more than 200 centimeter and a temperature above 25 degrees Celsius. Rubber is an important industrial raw material. It is mainly grown in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Garo Hills of Meghalaya. In 2010 and 11, India ranked 4th among the world's natural rubber production. Next topic is about the fiber crops or non-food crops. The important fiber crops are cotton, jute, hemp, natural, silk, etc. Silk is obtained from cocoon of silkworms fed in green leaves, especially mulberry. Cotton. India is believed to be the original home of the cotton plant. Cotton is one of the main raw material for cotton textile industry. In 2008, India was second largest producer of cotton after China. Cotton grows well in drier part of the black cotton soil of the Deccan Plateau. That is why the black soil is known as black cotton soil. What are the climatic condition or geographical condition required for the growth of cotton? Cotton requires high temperature, light rainfall or irrigation, 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine for its growth. Cotton is a kharif crop and requires 6 to 8 months to mature. Major cotton producing states are Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Another important non-food crop is jute. Jute is known as golden fiber. Jute grows well on well-drained fertile soils in the floodplains where soils are renewed every year. What are the geographical condition or climatic condition required for the growth of jute? High temperature is required during the time of growth. West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Odisha and Meghalaya are the major jute producing states. And what are the uses of jute? Jute is used in making gunny bags, mats, ropes, yarn, carpets and other artifacts. Due to its high cost, it is lost in market to synthetic fiber and a packing material, particularly the nylon. The next is very important part of this lesson, technological and institutional reform. In spite of development of sources of irrigation, most of the farmers in large parts of the country still depends upon monsoon and a natural fertility in order to carry on their agriculture. For a growing population, they pose a serious challenge. Agriculture, which provides livelihood for more than 60% of its population, needs some serious technical and institutional reforms. The very important technological and institutional reforms are: first one, collectivization, consolidation of holdings, cooperation and abolition of zamindari were given priority to bring about institutional reforms in the country after independence. Land reform was the main focus of our first 5-year plan. The right of inheritance had already led to fragmentation of land holding, necessitating consolidation of land holding. Then, the institutional reform. The laws of land reforms were enacted, but the laws of implementation was lacking or lukewarm. The government of India introducing agricultural reform to improve Indian agriculture in the 1960s and 1970s. These include the Green Revolution based on the use of packaged technology and the White Revolution or Operation Flood were some of the strategies initiated to improve the lot of Indian agriculture. But this led to the concentration of development in few selected areas. Therefore, in the 1980s and 1990s, a comprehensive land development program was initiated which included both institutional and technological reforms. It included provisions for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire and disease. Establishment of Grameen banks, cooperative societies and banks for providing loan facilities to the farmers at lower rates of interest were some important steps in this direction. Some other schemes also, Kisan Credit Card or KCC, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme PAIS are some other schemes introduced by the Government of India for the benefit of farmers. Moreover, special weather bulletin and agricultural programs for farmers were introduced on the radio and television. The government also announces minimum support price or MSP, remunerative and procurement prices for important crops to check the exploitation of farmers by speculators and the middleman. The technological and institutional reform, it is for the agricultural development. Agriculture which provide a livelihood for more than 60% of the people of our country. The government of India embarked upon introducing agricultural reforms in the 1960s and 1970s. The government also announces minimum support prices, remunerative and procurement prices for important crops. Consolidation of holdings, cooperation and abolition of zamindari etc. were given priority to bring about institutional reforms in the country after independence. The Green Revolution based on the use of packaged technology and the White Revolution or Operation Flood were some of the strategies initiated to improve a lot of Indian agriculture. Land reforms was main focus of our first 5-year plan. Development in few selected areas concentrated in the Green Revolution. So, in the 1980s and 1990s, a comprehensive land development program was initiated which includes both institutional and technological reforms, provision for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire and disease, establishment of Grameen banks, cooperative societies and banks for providing loan facilities to the farmers at lower rates of interest, Kisan credit cards and personal accident insurance schemes introduced, special weather bulletin and agricultural programs for farmers were introduced on radio and TV. The government also announces minimum support price, the remunerative and procurement prices for important crops to check the exploitation of farmers by speculators and middlemen. Next topic is about Bhudan and Gramadan movement. Mahatma Gandhi declared Vinoba Bhave as his spiritual disciple. He also participated in Satyagraha as one of the foremost Satyagrahis. He was one of the followers of Gandhi's concept of Grama Swarajya. After Gandhiji's martyrdom, Vinoba Bhave undertook a Padayatra to spread Gandhiji's message, conveyed almost the entire country. Once, when he was delivering a lecture at Pochampally in Andhra Pradesh, some poor landless villagers demanded some land for their economic well-being. Vinoba Bhave could not promise it to them immediately, but assured them to talk to the government of India regarding provision of land for them if they undertook cooperative farming. Suddenly, Sri Ramchandra Reddy stood up and offered 80 acres of land to be distributed among 80 landless villages. This act was known as Bhudan. Later, he travelled and introduced his idea widely all over India. Some zamindars, owners of many villages, offered to distribute some villages among the landless. It was known as Gramadan. Then what is Bhudan movement? When Vinoba Bhave conducted a speech in Pochampally in Andhra Pradesh, some landless villages demanded some land for their economic well-being. But Vinoba Bhave gave the answer that it tell to the government. During that time, Sri Ramchandra Reddy stood and offered 80 acres of land for the 80 landless villages, that known as Bhudan movement. And what is Gramadan movement? Some zamindar or owners of many villages offered to distribute some villages among the landless. That was known as Gramadan. Thank you, students. Our lesson agriculture is over.